Some people enter your life and something just feels different. There's no logical explanation, but the moment you meet, a sense of familiarity surfaces. It's not about shared history. It's a quiet recognition that runs beneath words. That's what soul alignment feels like, a vibrational connection beyond physical attraction or personality traits. Soul alignment occurs when your energetic field resonates with another's on a deep level. This resonance creates a bridge between both souls, allowing energy to flow naturally and effortlessly. You may feel comfortable, centered, or even emotionally exposed around the person, yet without fear. There's no need to perform or hide. The connection feels inherently safe. Unlike surface-level compatibility, soul alignment doesn't depend on how much you have in common. You could be from entirely different worlds, yet still experience a profound bond. This is because the connection stems from energy, not circumstances. Your soul recognizes a frequency match, even when your mind is unsure. Energetic alignment often brings emotional clarity. When you're near this person, you feel more like yourself. You think more clearly, breathe more deeply, and move with greater ease. Your nervous system relaxes in their presence, not because everything is perfect, but because the energy between you feels genuine. But soul alignment is not always gentle. Sometimes it awakens parts of you that were buried or dormant. It can stir emotions, memories, or even internal resistance. The bond becomes a mirror, revealing who you truly are. That's why these connections can be intense, not chaotic, but transformative. Learning to recognize these energetic signatures allows you to discern real alignment from fleeting emotional attachment. It also empowers you to engage in relationships that nourish your soul rather than drain your spirit. Understanding soul alignment is the first step to recognizing when it's happening in your life. You'll feel it in your body, sense it in your emotions, and experience it in the presence of someone who moves your energy without saying a word. When you meet someone with whom you're energetically aligned, there's often an immediate sense of familiarity. It's not just that they seem kind or interesting. It feels like you've known them before, even if you just met. This recognition isn't rooted in memory, but in vibration. It's an energetic recall, as if your soul is responding to a frequency it already knows. This moment can feel surreal. You may feel unexpectedly open, even vulnerable. Conversations flow naturally, and silences don't feel awkward. Your mind isn't working overtime to impress or protect itself. Instead, there's an unspoken understanding, a comfort that seems to exist without reason. That's a hallmark of energetic connection. Your physical body also reacts. Some people describe warmth in the chest, chills down the spine, or a grounded sensation in the gut. These responses are subtle, yet powerful signals from your energy field recognizing a match. You're not imagining it. Your body is responding to real energetic data. This recognition often goes beyond romantic scenarios. It can happen with friends, mentors, even strangers. What matters is the resonance. You may feel energized after just a brief interaction, or deeply seen by someone you barely know. These are signs that something more than words is taking place. Energetic recognition also bypasses conventional logic. You might feel closer to this person in days than you have with others in years. It's not about rushing intimacy, but about the absence of emotional barriers. There's no need to explain yourself. The connection speaks for itself. However, it's important to stay grounded. Not every intense encounter means soul alignment. Sometimes emotional wounds or unconscious desires can create illusions of connection. What sets true energetic recognition apart is the clarity and calm it brings. There's no confusion, only presence. When this type of connection occurs, don't ignore it. Pay attention to how your body and emotions respond. These signals are more reliable than any checklist or dating rule. Your energy recognizes truth before your mind has a chance to analyze it. One of the most compelling signs of energetic connection is emotional mirroring. This goes beyond empathy. It's not just about understanding how someone feels. It's about feeling it with them, sometimes even before they express it. Your emotional states begin to reflect each other, like two frequencies vibrating in harmony. You may notice that your mood shifts when they enter the room. If they're anxious, you feel unsettled. If they're joyful, a sense of lightness surrounds you. This isn't imagination, it's energetic resonance. When souls are aligned, emotions can flow between them naturally, even silently. This connection often brings a sense of being deeply understood without lengthy explanation. You say half a sentence, and they already know where you're going. There's no need to over-express or justify your emotions. The shared vibration creates an environment where emotional expression becomes effortless. Sometimes this mirroring can surface difficult emotions. Old wounds or patterns may arise, triggered not by conflict, but by the connection itself. That's because soul-aligned relationships act like energetic amplifiers. They reveal what's hidden, so healing can begin. This emotional transparency is not always comfortable, but it is profoundly liberating. You may also experience synchronicities, moments where your thoughts or emotions align in uncanny ways. You think of them, and they message you. You feel something's wrong, and later discover they were struggling. These moments aren't coincidences. They're signs of energy fields interacting beyond space and time. Another effect of shared vibration is mutual growth. When your energy aligns with someone else's, personal transformation accelerates. You become more aware of your own habits, beliefs, and emotional responses. It's not about changing for each other. It's about evolving because the connection demands it. This kind of emotional reflection requires presence and maturity. If handled unconsciously, it can lead to overwhelm. But when both people are aware of the energetic exchange, it becomes a powerful space for truth, healing, and emotional clarity. True emotional mirroring doesn't create dependency. It enhances awareness. You see yourself more clearly through the other, and in doing so, you come closer to your own authenticity. Energetic connections often transcend verbal language. With someone you're aligned with, you don't need to explain everything. Thoughts are felt, not just heard. This silent form of communication isn't fantasy. It's rooted in energetic sensitivity. Your nervous systems are tuned to each other, allowing subtle signals to pass through without a single word. You might notice this in the form of eye contact that says more than an entire conversation, or shared glances that communicate understanding in crowded rooms. Sometimes, both of you start speaking at the same time, thinking the same thought. These aren't accidents. They're evidence of synchronized mental and emotional fields. This kind of telepathy doesn't involve reading minds in the traditional sense. It's more like tuning into an emotional frequency. You feel when something is off, even if they say they're fine. You sense when they're thinking of you, even if miles apart. These impressions tend to be gentle yet persistent, intuitive nudges that invite your attention. Dreams are another space where silent communication occurs. Many people report dreaming of someone they're energetically connected to, often during significant emotional shifts. These dreams feel vivid, meaningful, and emotionally charged. They can offer clarity, closure, or even messages that later prove accurate. But this form of connection requires discernment. Not every intuitive hit is accurate. Emotional projection can cloud perception. That's why inner clarity is essential. The more grounded you are in your own energy, the more accurately you can interpret these signals. When two people are energetically aligned, communication becomes effortless. Not because everything is said, but because so much is felt. Misunderstandings still happen. This isn't perfection, but the desire to truly understand, to tune in deeply, remains constant. That's the real strength behind silent communication. This energetic channel fosters a kind of trust that words alone can't build. It's not about guessing or assuming, it's about feeling into the space between you and trusting the data your intuition provides. When silence becomes full instead of empty, When presence says more than speech ever could, you're experiencing the depth of energetic connection. When two souls align energetically, transformation becomes inevitable. These connections act as catalysts, pushing you to evolve in ways you might never have anticipated. The energy shared between you isn't passive. It activates something dormant inside. This spark leads to deep inner work, spiritual questioning, and a shift in awareness that feels both urgent and empowering. One of the first signs of this growth is the sudden emergence of suppressed emotions or limiting patterns. Instead of hiding from them, you're drawn to confront them. The relationship itself creates a mirror, reflecting parts of you that need healing. It's not always comfortable, but it's necessary. True alignment doesn't just support you, it challenges you to rise. This person may inspire you to pursue a path that feels more aligned with your soul's purpose. You begin questioning old beliefs, breaking out of outdated routines, and exploring practices that bring you closer to your authentic self. Meditation, energy healing, breathwork, or shadow work might suddenly become part of your daily life. Not because of pressure, but because the connection naturally opens those doors. The growth is mutual. Both individuals feel expanded by the bond. You may notice that your creativity increases, your intuition sharpens, and your clarity deepens. Time spent together feels like a spiritual upgrade, not in dramatic gestures, but in the subtle way your energy shifts toward alignment. However, accelerated growth doesn't always mean the connection will last forever. Some soul connections enter your life for a specific phase. Their purpose is to awaken you, not necessarily to stay. It's essential to honor the transformation they trigger, regardless of the relationship's duration. You might also notice that after meeting this person, your external life begins to change rapidly. New opportunities arise, old relationships fall away, your environment shifts to match your evolving frequency. These outer changes are a direct reflection of the internal realignment that the energetic connection has initiated. In short, a true energetic bond doesn't keep you where you are. It propels you forward. It removes what no longer serves you and invites what truly aligns. The connection becomes a sacred space for awakening, one that forever alters the path ahead. One of the most intriguing signs of energetic alignment is the ability to feel someone even when they're not physically near. It goes beyond missing them. It's an active sensation, like their energy is still around you. You might wake up thinking about them intensely, or sense their emotional state without speaking. These experiences often feel spontaneous and vivid, as if a part of them is still in your energetic space. This isn't imagination or obsession, it's resonance. When two energy fields align deeply, distance becomes less relevant. The bond exists in the subtle realm, where time and space don't operate the same way. That's why you can feel a sudden wave of sadness and later discover they were going through something difficult, or experience a calm sense of peace, only to receive a message from them seconds later. These sensations often arrive unannounced. You're focused on something else, and suddenly their presence washes over you. You may feel warmth in your chest, a tingling at the back of your neck, or a shift in your breathing. The body becomes the receiver, translating energy into physical and emotional signals. Technology sometimes reflects this connection. You think of them, and their name appears on your phone. You draft a message, and they've already written to you. While it's easy to dismiss these moments as coincidence, repeated occurrences suggest a deeper link. Your energies are still communicating, regardless of physical separation. But it's essential to approach this connection responsibly. Feeling someone at a distance doesn't mean you should act impulsively or assume what they feel. Boundaries still matter. The connection is real, but honoring it requires emotional clarity and respect for both paths. These moments often carry important messages. Your intuition may be signaling a shift in their emotional state or nudging you to reach out. Learning to listen without reacting, allows you to navigate this connection with grace. Not every sensation needs action. Some simply need awareness. When distance no longer diminishes connection and silence feels like presence, you're witnessing the invisible thread of energetic alignment still holding strong. A true energetic connection doesn't create chaos. It brings clarity. Even in moments of uncertainty, something deep within feels aligned. You may not have all the answers, and circumstances might still be unfolding, but the bond itself feels rooted. That sense of stability comes from within, not from external validation. When you're connected with someone on a soul level, your nervous system relaxes. You're not constantly questioning their intentions or your own worth. You don't feel the need to perform, impress, or protect yourself. Instead, there's a quiet assurance, an unshakable knowing that doesn't require constant confirmation. This inner peace is one of the strongest indicators of true energetic alignment. It doesn't mean there won't be challenges, but the challenges don't feel destructive. They feel purposeful. Even in moments of disagreement, the connection remains intact. The goal isn't to win or control, but to understand and grow. The clarity you feel extends beyond the relationship. It often impacts how you see yourself. You begin to recognize your own patterns more clearly. You let go of outdated stories and make decisions from a place of strength instead of fear. The connection doesn't define you, it reflects you. And that reflection becomes a powerful tool for self-awareness. This kind of bond also reinforces your trust in the unseen. You start listening to your intuition more. You pay attention to subtle cues, synchronicities, and dreams. Life becomes more interconnected, and the distinction between physical and energetic experiences begins to blur. You no longer rely solely on logic. You include your inner knowing as a valid guide. When you're in sync with someone energetically, there's no urgency to force outcomes. You trust the timing, honor the flow, and remain present. That stillness becomes your compass. The relationship may evolve, shift, or even complete, but the peace it awakens in you remains. A soul connection, when real, doesn't leave you grasping. It brings you home to yourself. And in that space of deep alignment, you realize the connection wasn't about possession, it was about recognition of the other and of the truth within you. If this content made sense to you, don't stop here. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Now, watch this next video where I'll show you another essential step to transform your reality. I'll see you there.